Inflation affects all areas of American life, from the supermarket to housing costs. But a new survey finds that the cost of goods has also crept into people's social lives. It's being dubbed friendflation. And according to badcredit.org, 37% of respondents say they neglect their friendships due to the high cost of living. When broken down by age, that number is at its highest: 44% for Gen Z, 38% for millennials, 36% for Gen X, and even 23% for baby boomers. Lifestyle expert Maureen Petrosky joins us now. She's also the author of Wine Club, a monthly guide to swirling, sipping, and pairing with friends. So, Maureen, let's start off, first of all, it's such an interesting concept. Let's explore why this is really being hit especially hard in younger people.
Like you said, we saw that Gen X and millennials, they're struggling with maybe having that disposable income, but these generations really grew up in picture-perfect places. They spend a lot of time on social, and it's not just picture-perfect people, it's picture-perfect spaces. They feel like they can't entertain in their own apartments. It's not just about the financial part of what you're going to be entertaining with, it's your home and your space. So they're concerned that if they don't have the right couch or the right curtains or the right bar setup, then they don't want to have their friends into their space.
It's a whole new sort of keeping up with the Joneses. I can't even have friends because it doesn't live up to an Instagram ideal. That's horrific, frankly.
Exactly. And they don't realize they have their whole lives to get that new couch and those new curtains. It's more important to be spending time together.
Yeah. Well, let's also talk about the location where people live in the country. How much does that affect how much they're spending on friendships?
Well, you would think that living in a city, it would be easier to get together and spend time with your friends. But you can imagine the cost in the city is more expensive. So anytime you go out, it's more expensive. And also you live in smaller spaces. So people are entertaining at home less as well. The thing is, whether you are in the suburbs, or if you're in a rural area, or if you live in the city, there are so many things that you can do that are free. Maybe a weekly walk with friends. Find those friends who will spend time and run errands with you. These things can be fun, and you can be connecting together without spending a dollar.
But what about the difference in incomes between friends? How much is that a problem?
Now, this is an age-old social dilemma. This isn't just about what's happening right now. There's always been discrepancy, like especially for someone like me. I'm a writer or creative, so my friends who are perhaps in finance or in medicine might have a little bit more disposable income than me, but I can promise you I can make a great cocktail. So when it comes to the situation, you want to find a place where both people can shine. If you find yourself in a group of friends that are always wanting to travel together or buy expensive gifts for friends on birthdays, and you're just uncomfortable with it, that comes down to just communication. And if your friends seem to turn their nose up at that, you might want to find a new social circle. On the flip side, if you're the friend who seems to be always spending more than a friend is, and they might be taking advantage of that, you want to reevaluate there as well. The great thing is today, separate checks is absolutely socially acceptable. It's a great way to still get together with friends and not feel any pressure on either end of that.
And your other suggestions about taking walks, having tea, getting together for a glass of wine at home, all of that eliminates those problems. I also really love the idea that you don't have to live a picture-perfect life. Just give yourself some grace and get together with your friends. Maureen, thank you.
Absolutely.